Oh yeah, so as we enter the next part, what I want to talk about is LA was great. LA was awesome. I really enjoyed it, but and I think the energy we saw on the ground was what was most impactful for me, and it told me how powerful Yang Gang is and how much I want to continue to go to these events. Because I mean, as we get bigger and bigger, I remember February. I mean, I mean, in February in 2016, that's when I first went to my first Bernie Sanders event. It was the first time I ever went, and that's when I first heard about Bernie Sanders. And we had a 10,000 person crowd in Seattle. Like that's the size events I want, but they're gonna be crazier because we have people like Childish Gambino who can do these crazy. Childish Gambino can do these things where it's more like these exclusive events. He's a creative consultant where you can do crazy parties, festivals, things like that really draw more attention from crowds that are not just political. That's kind of what the big goal is, right? So awesome. We're gonna talk about Truckers for Yang. I'm gonna invite on Sola and Emmy. So I'm gonna have them introduce themselves, and I'm gonna join them. Right. Let me just make sure we're recording.
Hey, yeah. My name's Emmy Donovan. I am coming to you live from the Hayward DMV. That's why it's a little loud in the background.
Emmy's at the DMV currently.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Getting it
Okay.
done.
there may be 20
Yeah.
people ahead of me still because that's the way it is,
All good.
Yeah.
So
So
I just
what?
wanted
Oh, yeah.
to kind of come on, talk with Sola about something that we've been working on, a fundraiser that we're working on right now to wrap another truck. So, I'm
Okay.
Women for Yang, Truckers for Yang. Here we are.
Yeah. So Emmy is a big supporter of Women for Yang and big supporter of Truckers for Yang. And she's going to be making an announcement regarding the fourth truck that we have coming up.
Okay.
So my name is Sola O'Brien. I'm the communications director for Truckers for Yang and a co-founder of TFY PAC alongside Fred Ramey, who is the founder of Truckers for Yang. And we want to talk about the importance of women in the Yang Gang and the importance of the women's vote and Black women's vote in politics. There are a lot of women issues that the Freedom Dividend solves. We could talk about, from women that are experiencing domestic violence to women who are facing the significant pay gap, to women that also have, Black women are the most educated population segment in the U.S. So, and of course, that comes with student debt.
How would you?
So,
How is the so that's going to be part of the truck as well, and the way that Women for Yang and Truckers for Yang are coming together. How are we connecting both?
well, we're going to be talking on the truck itself. We're going to have branding and imagery that's specific to powerful women in Women for Yang. So,
Oh, that's awesome!
Evelyn and Andrew will be on the truck together.
Wow.
And we're going to have key women and voices on the truck within the design and branding itself. And the
Yeah.
reason that we're putting this out is because we've always wanted to have a woman truck driver,
Yeah.
but because of to underscore the importance of women's voices and the fact that this
Yeah.
is the Me Too movement and women will no longer be silenced and we will be heard.
Yeah.
We decided to really use this truck to underscore that and
Yeah.
women's issues that Andrew's policies directly positively impact.
I think that the truck, the way I'm imagining right now, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna have that great message that people can see. At the same time, if the point is also to draw that attention, right, the media attention to show just how much his policies impact women, especially women of color. Do you view how are you talked about how you're gonna have Evelyn and Andrew on the truck with you, and that will be a huge driver for attention, I'm sure. How is
Mhm.
that happening? Has that been kind of coordinated, fixed?
No. So their photos will be on the truck
Oh, okay, okay,
specifically. It would be wonderful to have a launch event in which Evelyn does attend. So that is something that we would love to make happen. We're not yet
hmm
communicating with the campaign regarding this, but we will. We'll discuss the possibility of Evelyn coming to a launch event.
yeah,
And this truck is going to be like the other three. It's going to be crisscrossing the country. And to have those, I mean, women are 51% of the population. So to have
yes.
those images that engage women directly will be very powerful.
Yes. Okay. That's amazing. Okay. And
Mhm.
then when it comes to funding, Emmy, what are we talking about funding wise? What is it? How are we? Because I know that that's where you kind of come into play here. What are we looking at in terms of fundraising? How can we really get the information out there? What's kind of the goals there when it comes to the back?
So the information is actually out. The donation link is out there already. So, Emmy will talk about the fundraising activities that we have behind the next truck. I believe she's on mute right now.
So I do want to let you know real quick. Fred has been calling me. If you want to.
Okay, great. Okay.
Emmy, if you want to go ahead, and what are your kind of thoughts on the fundraising aspect of it?
I believe she's on mute right now, Kai.
Oh, you muted yourself. I can't unmute you. Oh, there you go.
She is.
Oh, I'm
That's
sorry.
what that button does.
Yeah, it unmutes.
Technology. That's amazing. Yeah, so I've committed to match up to half of the cost of wrapping the truck. It's about 10 grand. So I'll match up to $5 grand, dollar for dollar, to get this over the line. So that's my offer. Yang Gang, help us out. I'll get us halfway there, but everybody else got to pitch in.
Yes. And we want to have this truck funded by the time Yang Week starts on February 5th. So it would that's the timeline that we're focusing on currently. So
February 5th. I have it
February.
Oh,
sorry, January 5th.
Okay. Okay.
So yes, January 5th. I have to correct that because I think I said February 5th in the other video as well. But yes, so by January 5th, we want to have the $10,000 for the fourth truck. The two trucks, the 2 second trucks, the second and third trucks are being wrapped as we speak.
Okay.
And they'll likely be on the road before the end of the year. Is what we're shooting for with those two.
That's going to be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Big things happening. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you guys would like to add about the pack? All the information, guys, as well, is going to be in the description down below for donations as well. I know that also when the big thing, guys, if you guys know people who are Yang hardcore Yang, and they are maxed out, this is where you guys can go. People get a little scared. I'm not going to lie when you first hear the word pack, but then you realize where it's coming from. It's Fred, it's Sola. So that's where, if you guys are maxed out and your friends are maxed out, kind of direct them to that. And that will be a great place that they can go for it if they want to continue supporting Yang, especially with the grassroots side of it, right? That's going to be awesome for it.
So I've got Fred on the phone, and I'm going to see if we can at least get his audio.
Okay, sounds good. Big man Fred.
You want to hop in now? It looks like he might be able to hop in.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Guys, first episode of the podcast, we already got some big hitters here. We got Sola, Emmy, we got Fred the Felon.
He's on standby right now. He's on standby. So, we want to encourage women also, because Andrew does we need to get more women. We need to raise awareness of Andrew and Andrew's policies when it comes to women. In fact, Andrew's biggest challenge is awareness. So it's important for us too, as Women for Yang, and Women for Yang, you're listening right now, you're a Yang supporter and you're a woman. That would be great for you to begin publicly talking about Andrew's policies and how it will impact your life on social, to your families over this holiday season. And that's really how we can raise awareness and raise visibility for Andrew. I also want to encourage people over this holiday season to wear your Yang Gang gear. Wear your math gear everywhere. Yeah. Be at the Christmas dinner table with your math hat on, Make sure it's on when you're doing your Christmas shopping. Make sure it's on when you're hanging out for Christmas Eve, for New Year's Eve. Wear it everywhere, because that also, go ahead, Kai.
This is the time when the name recognition is highest. People are seeing little clips of Andrew Yang. They're seeing, okay, wait, why is Childish Gambino talking about him? Why is CNN now talking about him? Why is he showing up on my Twitter, my Facebook? Why is Trump Snapchatting about him on a story? And then you slowly realize, wait, now I see people wearing these math hats. Make America think harder. That's something I can get behind. That is happening, man. That is happening. It's awesome. Like, we are just, it's starting to happen. And we need to be out there to be that second look, so people can see us and be like, okay, this is real. This is something I can support. This is what I want to keep on researching. It's awesome.
Yeah. And what's really interesting too is that I'll talk to people and they say, they don't even know it stands for Make America Think Harder. They'll say, are you studying math? Or are you trying to make us look dumb? That was hilarious. That's a comment that I think was a joke, obviously.
A bunch of people asked me, like, are you trying to out-nerd me or something? I was like,
yeah. And they'll be interested in even buying the hat. You know, they'll be
Oh
interested
yeah,
in the hat without even really knowing what it means.
yeah,
And then
yeah, yeah,
that's an opening for us to talk about
yeah,
Andrew and
yeah.
Yangam.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're doing genius work with creating merch. It makes it so easy to support Andrew out in public. It's awesome, and it's kind of become slowly this like unicorn thing, right? Where people go, "Oh my God, I saw somebody wearing the math hat today," and you're like, "You can be that person. Like that. That can be you." Yeah, gang, baby. Yeah.
Welcome to the gang gang.
Exactly.
All
It's
right, so
happening.
we're still
It's a
trying to
real
get
thing.
Fred in here.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Ami.
Oh, nothing. I was just saying it's a real thing that's happening. Also, I
Yeah,
have
hell
3
yeah.
people helping me at the DMV, so if I have to hop, I'm not missing this
Oh,
because I've been waiting here an hour.
Oh yeah. Yes, but what we did here, you generously talked about how you are matching up to half the cost. That is absolutely amazing, and thank you so much. Like we know how generous Yang Gang is, but we know like how we have a big goal coming. I mean, for the campaign specifically, we have $3 million in 9 days. That's crazy. So at this point, thank you so much for stepping up and helping us out here. It's a game changer. We know the work that Truckers for Yang are doing. We know what those trucks out there are doing. We know the attention it gets from media. It's awesome. You guys are great representations. Thank you so much. I mean, it's awesome. Thank you. Yeah.
God.
Gang gang shout out.
Gang gang shout out.
Yay,
So, so Fred is still trying to make this work.
Okay. Do you want to just put your phone maybe and have him call in through you?
Yeah, I just tried to call him and it went to
Voicemail.
voicemail.
You like the
Oh
background?
my God, I'm almost about to yank my brother. My brother was he just texted me. He was a huge Elizabeth Warren supporter, and as of week before last, he said, she's no longer a top contender for him. And he literally just sent me this text. It says, "Girl, if you told me at the beginning of the year that Andrew Yang would be my second favorite presidential candidate, I'd tell you to probably march your ass out of town."
Yang gang. Sola, yes. Family banging. Family.
Yes.
That's
And
awesome.
I wasn't even sure I would be able to convert him.
Yeah, that's amazing. Because you always
I
have that
know.
one family member where you're like, oh, come on, please.
Yes.
Got it.
Hello,
Yes.
Fred.
Woo, gang, gang. Gang. Hashtag gang, gang.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, guys.
Hi, let me know what the audio quality is like.
I'll let you
Hey,
know.
Fred, you there?
Oh, we got it.
Can
It's
you hear
good.
me?
Yep.
It's good? Okay. All right, Fred Ramey in the house. So,
Hey, how's it going, folks? We're having technical difficulties, but just like these trucks and Truckers for Yang, we will not be stopped. Andrew Yang will not be stopped.
We will
We're taking
not.
this all the way to the White House.
Yep. Gang,
that's
gang.
right.
Thank
All
you,
right, that's a closer.
Well, I don't know where you're at in this whole process.
So we've already talked about. I guess maybe let's see. We don't necessarily need to talk about the two trucks
I guess,
preceding this.
right. Maybe even give us a better idea, because like when we donate, we want like kind of the full length idea of what exactly is happening, where the money is going. So where are these trucks going? What's kind of the goal? Is it just going to be driving around, getting in front of a ton of people, or is there other things that are going to be encompassed in with using the trucks? Maybe you can speak to that a little bit.
I mentioned maybe doing a launch with Evelyn as a possibility. So just if you could speak to what the trucks will be doing, where they'll be driving, are there any special plans? Maybe this is a good time to mention the beer cave.
Oh, the beer cave, yeah.
Shoot, Fred.
Okay. Yeah, so as you know, Truckers for Yang has been, we've been a integral force at the debates and other places, and we're looking to take our brand awareness and times it by 3 or 4 just in the next few weeks. Okay. So we're going to be putting 2 trucks on the road. We have 2 brothers that are a team, and we've got a press release on that. We'll actually shoot you a link on that, and then as well, we have Gustavo and his son. So his son Juan just reached out to me out of the blue.
Yeah.
And was like, "Hey, my father, had a tough situation, immigrated from Colombia. It's a huge story. We're going to give you more details on that we can actually have Gustavo come on your podcast if you'd be willing. What do you say, Scott?"
To talk about, is he going to be driving? He's driving a truck, right?
Yeah, his story.
Yeah.
Their story is incredible. There are immigrants from Colombia. They're now citizens. In the last week, over the weekend, they've moved from Texas to Illinois to start working with Fred's company and get pay that a higher level of pay that he deserves. He was being well underpaid at his previous company. So
that's amazing. Yes. Let's get him on. That's that needs to be shared. That's amazing. So I mean the people drive. Yeah.
The good part of this story is the son is going to be with. He's actually a data analyst named Juan, and so we are starting a campaign called "We Won the Data," right? And
We won the data,
We won the data, right?
Okay. Yep.
So he's going to be doing a lot of things. He's going to actually be tracking the truck, how many eyeballs are going to be on the truck at all times.
And
then we're going to use the data to our advantage rather than give up everything to Google, Facebook, and Amazon and get nothing in return. We're going to actually use the data to our advantage in the future as well. It's got a website called WeWonTheData.com, okay, where we're going to be finding the data from the Yang Gang. So there's lots of things to come. Also, we're going to have the beer cave.
Yep.
We're planning for that now. We're planning for that in Iowa. There's going to be more to come on that.
Yeah. So on Friday, we're going to have a Reddit AMA, an Ask Me Anything with Fred, where everyone can ask for the Felon anything they'd like, and he will answer your questions.
Awesome.
So that will be a great way to learn more about Fred, his background, personal life, and obviously more about his relationship with Andrew and what really attracts him and makes him so passionate about Andrew and the Yang Gang and the policies that Andrew's going to enact.
That's awesome. Oh, I'm so excited. It's going to be awesome. Everything's happening, guys. What they're doing is going to be amazing. This is great. To learn more, guys, I'll link down below all the Truckers for Yang stuff, all the Fred the Felon social media, Sola stuff. Go check it out. AMA is going to be an important one if you guys have questions about where your money's going, especially if you're maxed out, your friends are maxed out. This is a great source. This is a great place you should go to. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Truckers for Yang's been great, and I'll see you guys after. Awesome. Yang Gang.